I just, I'm not sure if y'all can hear me, but man, I just left a military base, Air Force base out of Wichita Falls, Texas. When I went in, you know, they checked the truck and everything. Checked the truck. Went in, gave my ID to do background check. You know, or let me start over. I picked up a job until Good Day Moving and Storage is fully up in where I needed to be. So I picked up a job this morning, my first day of work. The guy who hired me, he say, can you pass a background because you'll be going on a military base? I said, yeah, no problem. You know, I shouldn't be no problem. You know, I say this because back in 2021, I picked up like $3 million worth of some type of material, like a powder. I think it's gunpowder. I'm not sure. But I picked up something. I've been to a military base before, and I picked up something worth $3 million on my BOL. So when he asked me, would I be able to pass? Yeah, no problem. However, when we get there, they run my background, and he say, well, did you step in the back real quick? So I walk with him to the back, and he tell me, hey, back in 2000, he said you have a blank on your record, and we can't allow it. You know, it's an automatic disqualification. And I was like, what? And I said, oh yeah, of course, it's a military base. So you know, I get back in the truck, call the guy who hired me. You know, he told me, okay, head back to the shop. You know, and driving, I'm just sitting thinking, I'm like, man, like, okay, you know, if they can't work with me, okay, I just have to keep going. Maybe God's trying to tell me just to focus purely on my business, regardless of how hard it is. But you know, even if he don't say that they have to let me go, I still had a heavy heart. The reason is, like, I'm thinking, like, man, like, I was 16, like, I know, like, I was 16, man, and, like, I was 16, man, like, I've changed my ways, period, you know, and still, but that follows me for the rest of my life, and it got me, and I started thinking, like, man, started thinking, like, man, like, what about, like, man, there is no excuse, but what about the children in the inner cities, mainly, you know, black, and you know, mainly black and Mexican children, you know, who grew up in the hood, who, like, they didn't have much guidance, you know, and they make mistakes, you know, trying to eat, or for whatever reason, they do things, and they make mistakes, and, you know, 16 years later, 20 years later, and in this case, for the rest of my life, that'll be lingering over my head. I can never get a chance to join the military. I can't even go on their base because something I did when I was 16 years old. And for the first time in a long time, like, I felt like, man, like it's not right. It's not right. Like it's not right. Like, cause, like, what if, like, not me? Once again, not me. Like, yeah, I feel bad, you know, like, cause I can't go. But what about, like, right now I'm feeling like, man, like, and I keep saying, like, I understand, cause what I'm thinking, a lot of people, it may not resonate with people, or it may not rub them the best, but I'm just gonna say it. It's not right because all children are not raised the same way. All children are not raised in the same environment. And if a child is raised in the middle of the hood, where if he has his parents there, they may still be struggling for any and everything. And the only thing that they know is what they see. So they see people selling drugs, they see people, you know, robbing. You know, that's like push come to shove, they're gonna do what they have to do to eat. You know, and this And once you get caught, like it's it. That's it. You can be 15 years old and and commit a certain crime, and do no jail time behind it. Commit a crime, and it'll follow you for the rest of your life. You'll never get a chance to experience what America has to offer. Man, so yeah, of course I got a heavy heart because I'm thinking man, stuff's still hovering over me. It's still stopping me. And then of course I'm taking everything else man, nothing, it seems like nothing is working out in my timeline at least. But yeah, man, I don't know, man, like y'all let me think. I mean, tell me what y'all think. How do y'all feel about this? Should a child, something that a child did when he was 15 years old, if he didn't murder anybody, or if he didn't murder anybody or worse, should his criminal record be held over his head when it's time when it's time for him to actually do things that can actually